Hello, everyone. The East Baton Rouge Parish School System Committee of the Whole for September 4th, 2025 will now come to order. Do I have a volunteer for invocation? Invocation will be led by Board Member Rust. Oh, Mr. Lannis, just in time.
I'll cede it to Professor Lannis.
The invocation will be led by School Board Member Pastor Darius Lannis, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by School Board Member Emily Sule.
Well, today is a beautiful, joyous day. Please stand up and bow your heads for the Lord.
I'm sorry. Can you go in like
I'm sorry. Father God, we thank you for allowing us to be inside of your place to do the business on behalf of the people of East Baton Rouge Parish. We ask you for steadfast wisdom in all of the decisions that we make tonight. We pray for our teachers, our employees, and most importantly, our students. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Perfect timing.
Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
District 4, President Stewart.
Present.
District 7, Vice President Gode.
Here.
District 1, Mr. Blue.
Here.
District 2, Mr. Lannis.
Present.
District 3, Ms. Powell Lewis.
Present.
District 5, Mr. Lewis. District 6, Mr. Russ.
Present.
District 8, Ms. Sule.
Here.
District 9, Mr. Martin. We have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. First order of business will be for information only. Item B1, the Fiscal Transparency Report. Do any board members have any questions or concerns about the Fiscal Transparency Report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the accountability presentation. Superintendent Cole.
Thank you, Vice President Gode, President Stewart, members of the board, and those of you here and at home. Sincerely appreciate you joining us this evening. In our continuation to ensure we provide information relative to accountability inside the district, as well as the changes that are coming for the 25-26 school year, we want to continue with our conversation. We're going to do these presentations in parts because they're very lengthy, and we want to make sure we don't speed through. So, but provide you with information and allow you an opportunity to ask questions. So we'll go for a while tonight, and then I'll ask Ms. Okonski to stop, and then we'll pick up until we feel and you feel that you are well versed in what is to come relative to the accountability system. So I'll turn it over to Chief Okonski.
Thank you, sir, and good evening to you all. Thank you for affording me the opportunity to be with you again tonight. Last month, we focused on the data side. This month, we're going to focus on the changes in the policy and that side of the accountability system. So Louisiana has recently launched a new accountability system, which has been titled Grow, Achieve, Thrive. The intent was to keep it simple. And so simplistically, grow, achieve, and thrive is what we will live by. What did the state mean by grow, achieve, and thrive? With grow, exactly what it suggests. The state believes in the core principle that all students should be growing. When they take those statewide assessments, we should see growth from one year to the next. Under achieve, are students achieving proficiency on the LEAP assessments? And then on the thrive side, that only applies to the high schools, are students thriving in a way where they are prepared for the next level? Have we equipped them with the tools that they need to be successful in the next level? So what our goal is tonight is to give you a quick glimpse into each of these three boxes. So before we go there, though, let's look at the timeline. In May and June of 2024 is when you saw Bessie discussing and debating these changes. The Accountability Commission met last spring. Proposals for changes went to Bessie starting in May, over the summer, into June. Bessie has adopted this policy. Over the last couple of months, various accountability and academic policies have been updated and written into state bulletins. If you see the highlighted box there for the fall of 2025, that's where we land now. So where are we now? What happens next? The scores that you saw last month, the LEAP test that was taken last school year, still fall under the old formula. So when I come before you in November and I give you that big oversized spreadsheet, we're still going to go by the old formula. It'll be the last time ever that we talk about the old formula. The state will actually release the scores in two ways. The old formula is the one that counts for this year, or for last year's scores, and then the new formula will show us what the scores will be like moving forward under the new system. So there'll be two public files released. Then as we progress through this school year, all assessments that are taken during the current school year will be scored and evaluated under the umbrella of the new system. So moving forward, everything that happens this school year falls under the umbrella of Grow, Achieve, Thrive. So as we work, as we move, as we're being in and out of schools, as teachers are teaching, we're accounting for Grow, Achieve, Thrive moving forward. All right, so by now you're used to seeing the pie charts on the left. And some of them are acronyms that you have to sit there and have a cheat sheet for, and words that sometimes folks don't even know how they came up with them. Under the current system, or what we're going to call the old system moving forward, there were 3 main areas for an elementary school, 4 for a middle school, and 6 for our high school. It was a lot to keep up with. If you look over to the right, you see the state has simplified it and streamlined it. For K-8 sites, it'll just be the Grow and Achieve. For the high schools, it'll be Grow, Achieve, and Thrive. The other piece is the old system had multiple indices, where each index got a score on a scale of 1 to 150. You always had to have that little cheat sheet next to you of what the letter grades were for the scales. Louisiana, once again, has simplified it. And so moving forward, you'll have a scorecard approach. Your scorecard will look like the graphic that you see on the right of the screen. And on the left, we pointed out to you some major areas in which it'll be different. It's going to be based on a 100-point scale. In the first 2 years, we'll get to this in a little bit, but in the first 2 years, there'll be a curve. But eventually, Louisiana is working itself up to a typical grading scale, where your 90 to 100 will be an A and so forth. Also, it'll be spelled out. That first column is Grow, the middle column is Achieve, the last column is Thrive. And then again, that last column will focus on college and career readiness. How is it calculated? What I like to do is I'd like to challenge you to think about this like a teacher's grade book. You have 12 boxes there. There'll be 12 unit tests, 12 grades in the grade book. We'll plug in the grades earned in each of those areas, and we'll divide by 12 for our high school. For a K-8 site, we'll divide by 9. And you'll be simplistically looking at what the overall score is for a school. So let's dig into Grow. Grow represents 54% moving forward for a K-8 school. On the high school side, it's 42% of the overall school score. Grow determines how did a student grow or change from one LEAP assessment to the next year's score. As we know, LEAP assessments are divided into 5 categories. We talked about them last month. We talked about currently basic, mastery, and advanced earn points. Moving forward, only mastery and advanced will earn points. And so if a student is advanced and they remain advanced, the school gets a check. Yes, they grew. If a student is mastery and grew by only 1 point, check. Yes, they grew. If they're mastery and remain the same, they don't get credit for growing. If they're mastery and they drop by even 1 point, they don't get credit for growing. So advanced stays the same, mastery must grow by 1 point. But what about the 3 categories that are below proficiency? The graphic that you see to your right there is like, we consider it like a staircase. The state has divided those achievement levels into half. So let's say a 3rd grader this year took the LEAP test, and she's what was considered in the low basic category. Well, what the state is challenging us to do is, by next year's score, her scale score should land in the high basic category. If it does, she grew. Check. Yes, she earns points for her school in the district. Likewise, if a student was high unsatisfactory, but then this year moves to a low approaching basic, check. He or she grew, they earn points for the system. So under the growth category, there are going to be 5 ways in which the state measures growth, and it's going to be a simple percentage. Did the student grow in ELA? Yes or no? If they did, we're going to calculate it and we'll get credit. Did the student grow in math? Yes or no? did the lowest 25% of the student body score. So what does that mean? What that means is earlier this semester, the Louisiana Department of Education sent every LEA, every school system, a rank-ordered file of their students on the previous year's LEAP. We know who the bottom 20, actually they sent us the bottom 30% because they know there's movement and change, students move. We know who those students are. We've broken that file apart. We've sent it to each individual school so that they can identify their students. They can track their students. They can benchmark their students to make sure that they are growing appropriately. Because if those lowest 25 grow, you not only get points under the ELA category and the math category, but you also get points under the lowest 25% category. The next area that the state's going to look at is your EL students, those English learner acquisition students. We know that that is a fast-growing subgroup across the state. We also know that the achievement gaps in that subgroup, as we looked at in our LEAP data last month, are lagging behind their statewide peers, not just the subgroup to subgroup, but across all other subgroups. So the state is paying special attention to those EL learners. If those students meet the definition of growth, they too will earn points for their school in the district. So after grow, we look at achieve. We can already fill in our scorecard right now for achieve because achieve has 4 areas. The percent proficient in each of the 4 content areas. The percent proficient in ELA. We looked at it together last month. It was 37%. We're going to plug that into the scorecard already. The percentage for math was 27. You can plug it into the scorecard. Same thing for your science and your social studies. It's simply those students who score mastery and above. That's your middle column of the scorecard. So those take care of the 9 areas that K-8 sites will be assessed on. Moving to Thrive. Thrive is your high school component where it gets a little more complicated. The Thrive component is 25% for the high schools. So the other 75% will be covered by Grow and Achieve, and they'll be measured the same way as the K-8 sites. The first third of that 25% for Thrive is the graduation rate. There's no change in the way that the calculation will occur for the graduation rate. It's a simple math problem. How many entered the cohort the freshman year and how many graduated on time? That'll equate to about 8.3% of a high school's total score. The second piece will be your percent of students who are considered proficient on a nationally recognized exam. Notice the list there. You've got the SAT, the ACT with their cutoffs, and then the classic learning test. Work Keys Gold can earn a qualifying score, as well as the ASVAB, the military entrance test. If a student earns any one of those, they earn points and it has a check, a yes for their school, and it goes into the percentage total. The third piece is a bit more complex. The state is looking at whether or not students are ready for the next level. And there are 3 tracks that a student can earn points here. They're calling this the College Career Service Acceleration piece. I call it door number 1, door number 2, door number 3. If a student enters door number 1, they're on a university track. First thing you look at is their ACT score. If they have an ACT score qualifying at a 20 or higher, they're on track to earn points here. And then you see the second piece is the ACT of 20 plus. Did they earn a TOPS-aligned AP score of a 3 or higher? Did they earn the sufficient IB credits, dual enrollment credits with a C or higher? And then you can see the sub-scores that can also lend itself to the meeting this mark for ACT, CLAP, and SAT. Door number 2, the second path that a student can take is the Career Accelerator. Notice the first way that a student can earn points here is a basic bundle and an internship, or an advanced credential and an internship. Notice the repetition of internships here. As we move forward, internships are going to be more and more important. 2 years of a fast-forward aligned registered apprenticeship or a certificate of technical studies in a high-wage, high-demand industry. The third piece is really new to us. It's something that we haven't tracked before and we're kind of excited to jump into. It's a signed military acceptance letter or a service academy acceptance. Our students who are entering a military academy or entering military service can show that documentation and they too can earn points for the school and the district under this measure. So we're going to circle back to the scorecard. We've just covered the 12 areas of the scorecard. Again, think of it like a teacher's roll book. Each of those percentages will be entered into the scorecard, and then it'll be divided by 9 if you're a K-8 site, by 12 if you're a high school. That orange line across the bottom, that average, becomes your school performance score, and for the district, our district performance score. Now you might ask, okay, our ELA average was a 37, math was a 27, and it's on a 100-point scale. How's this going to work for the letter grades? If you look at the first column of the chart that I've got for you there on the right, you'll see how it'll be curved the first 2 years. The state has spent the last 2 years studying the analytics of applying the new formula to the current assessment results and the current tracking of student data. So the top 10% of schools will earn an A, or school systems will earn an A. The next 20 will be a B, the next 40 a C, the next 20 a D, and then the bottom 10 will be an F. It'll be a bell curve for at least 2 years, then they will reevaluate and come to us with a new grading system.
Ms. O'Connor,
Yes,
let's
sir.
pause right there.
Sure.
Are there any questions about the information? Do we feel like we have enough for this evening?
We ready for a test?
Ready for a quiz? Go ahead.
Mr. Konsky, looking on that slide where you say the top 10 will earn an
Yes.
A and so on, is that by school districts?
Okay, so let's take it. For district performance scores, it's by LEAs, school districts or standalones a charter who might be their own LEA. It'll be by LEA. For schools, the K-8 schools will be under one umbrella, and it'll be the top 10, and then the schools with a grade 12 or a high school cohort will be configured or distributed in a separate batch.
Okay, so it's going to be by district. So we can have a district score that doesn't necessarily mathematically relate
Correct.
to what our individual
grade is.
schools will be.
Correct. And you could have, theoretically, like a district could be all one letter grade, and then the score, the roll-up, be a different letter grade.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's just going to be how the curve balances out. And they've done some analytics on this for the last 2 years. And so this will take us through the next 2, and then they said they'll recalculate and reevaluate.
We're going to stop there for tonight.
Sure.
Board members, I gave you a comprehensive summary of the information Ms. Okonski shared, so you have the information in multiple ways, and then we'll pick up again at our next meeting with more information relative to this. So thank you so much, Ms.
Absolutely.
Okonski. Unless
Thank
there
you.
are other questions.
I'll take one stab at it if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
Well, first of all, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
It's
Good
great
to see
seeing you.
You too.
As always. I'm taking something out of my great uncle Denzel Washington's playbook.
Okay.
He always says, talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Okay.
For those who are at
Said that
home
to
who
me.
are listening to this, right? Because this is a lot of information to
It is.
dissect and dig through. What is the key takeaway or the key difference between the old accountability system and the new accountability system?
Great question, and thank you. The headline is LEAP. LEAP. LEAP accounts for 75% now for our high school campus and 100% for K-8s.
Okay.
Either the Achieve or the Grow combined. It's really the LEAP assessments, teaching and learning.
Thank you. That was the biggest thing I wanted
Appreciate
people to
you. Thank you.
understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Martin.
Thank you. And I don't need the details, but is there a separate measure for alternative schools which don't work quite the same way?
Not yet. Policy hasn't rolled out a new formula for alternative schools, so for the time being, they will remain under the umbrella that they currently are. We have not seen changes in policy yet that impact them.
Thank you.
Good question. Thank you.
Chief Okonski, thank you very much
Thank you.
for that very thorough report, and we appreciate you. That concludes my report on accountability. Just want to mention for your information, I put on at your seat, and I emailed this to all board members, 97.2% of all of our school-based instructional and support staff have been staffed. We maintain a roster of over 500 substitute teachers, ensuring 2 site-based substitutes are assigned to each campus to support daily staffing needs. And we are currently 59 vacancies in our certified teaching positions, only 59 vacancies, which is much better than where we were this time last year. So there's a testament to our HR department for being aggressive in their recruitment efforts. I think we ought to give them a round of applause for getting the numbers down. They're doing a fine job. And we are going to continue to recruit and try as best we can to staff all of our schools in our teaching vacancies at 100%. So I want to thank the HR department for doing their part. And I just complete my comments. Yes, sir.
Superintendent Cole, I had a crazy question.
Sure.
And, I'm always going to think some crazy questions. Just thinking outside of the box, at those schools that may be struggling in terms of academic support, where we have those substitute teachers that are assisting at those schools, is it possible that we double up with substitutes inside of those classrooms that need more adjustment and work? Now, I asked this question because full transparency, both myself and President Stewart talked about it, some of the schools that need additional support. And if we have a large cohort of substitutes who are just waiting to get the call, right? And we have substitutes who are walking inside of classrooms who may feel like they may not be prepared, or they may be walking inside of a classroom where they need just more assistance, and we may not have the paraprofessionals to fill those spaces. Can we use those substitutes and double up inside of those classrooms?
Sure, absolutely. And in addition to that, we have our curriculum department going out to provide additional support for those substitute teachers to ensure in the spaces where they're not comfortable with instruction, the curriculum department is providing that support. Yes, sir. That completes my few comments.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Cole. Moving on, we'll go to item D1, items for consideration. Number 1, grants. Consideration of a request to accept the following grants. A, Deborah Rochelle Foundation Grant in the amount of $10,539 to provide funding to 3 teachers for school site projects. LCSS School Safety Grant and accompanying cooperative endeavor agreement in the amount of $350,000 to provide the visitor management system, two-way radios, door alarms, wayfinding signage, fencing and gates, and cameras to 7 sites. I do not think I have any public comments on this item. And no, any comments from the audience? I have no cards. Any comments from the audience? Board members, would anyone like to have any comments on this? If not, I will entertain a motion. A motion by Mr. Martin, seconded by Mr. Rust. Any other board comments? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, would you please conduct a vote?
Please vote. The motion carries.
Thank you. We'll now move to item D2, Professional Services Agreement, Edgewood Group LLC. Consideration of request for the approval of a professional services contract between the East Baton Rouge Parish School Board and Edgewood Group LLC in the amount of $210,000 to collaborate with district staff on strategic goals, implementing dashboards and decision support tools that enhance insight and transparency. Funding source, general fund. I have no cards. We have an online comment.
That was it you have?
Yeah, go ahead.
Amanda EBR, please focus on students. Vote no on wasteful spending. The deliverables here are fluff. Every third person has an LLC and is hungry for a contract, yet we have students in crowded schools that don't yet have books nor access to curriculum tools a month into the school year. Board members express concern about the culture of EBR schools. This is a chance to say no to business as usual. Vote no on this vague contract that reeks of cronyism. Please find a special project person or one of the directors already on the payroll to do this work. Let's finally see a return on all that conference and PD spending. Also, if this is about closing more schools, please find a proven expert in the field of public education. Liking someone is no reason to hand them $200,000 based on a sketchy website and no proven track record in public education. Get them coffee, not a contract. Fund books, not waste. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. We will now move to the board. Mr. Lannis?
Yes, is the CEO for Edgewood Group LLC in the building? I see you in the back. You don't have to come to the mic. I just want you to know I heard the comments, but I've seen your work in person. I love your dedication to the district, and you know, sometimes it's a bit unfortunate because people don't understand the work that goes into the things behind the scenes, and that's the stuff where it's the most important. You can't right size a district if you're not doing the behind the scenes work, and I just want you to know my hat goes off to you. Not only do I support you in the work that you do here, I support you in the future endeavors that you commit to our district, so thank you. I just want to personally thank you.
And I've placed myself in the queue, and I do also want to speak on this because it's an area, particularly around new computer systems and bringing in work practices, is something that I have a great deal of past history in. When I look at when we first bought City Suites, I remember one board member going, "Oh, well, we'll have this up and running in 6 months." And I laughed because I just knew better. I mean, nothing against that board member. They just didn't know. When you implement a wide-ranging, all-encompassing system like this, it takes time. And when you first go through it, staff and everyone else has a huge lift on just cleaning up data and getting everything where it's supposed to be and doing all these things and fitting them into the new system. And by the time that is done and you got the system up and running, staff is exhausted. I get it. I understand that. It's just the way it always is and the way it always works. If you look at what it took to clean up our HR roles and clean up our payroll items and stuff like that, that is a lot of hard work to get to that point. So I fully get it and I fully understand it. I also understand, though, that at some point you need to sit and say, okay, we've bought this, I won't say is a Ferrari, but we bought a really nice car and we're operating it as a 1920 Chevrolet something, and we need to make it run better, to make our systems run better and to make our district run better. If we want to get to the things that we want to go to, and I want to salute, it didn't come out with the 99+% first paycheck accuracy, but I salute our payroll department and Ms. Lopez and her team back there for doing that. And I would think that that's probably part of all the work that went in on the front end of getting all the information correct the first time. But it takes time to get these systems in place, and then you have to start adapting your business practices into how the system works so you can take advantage of what the systems do. So if we're going to ever move this district out of the 1990s and 1995, which our current old system was in, we need to do something like this. And we have a proven entity who can do it and who has experience on this. So I just want to say I 100% wholeheartedly support this contract, and I just look forward to what improvements it can bring, not only to our district, but it's going to bring improvements in customer service to many, many of our areas. Thank you. Board Member Martin.
Thanks. I just wanted to say I'd prefer to use our resources to hire exactly the right person in a one-person LLC than a lot of overhead from a large corporation providing services that we don't need and that are not as targeted and as focused as the services that I know Ms. Whitley will provide for us. So I think this is a great proposal, and I appreciate the superintendent for bringing it forward.
Thank you. Ms. Stewart.
Yes, and I just want to respond to one of my constituents that had a concern about this particular item as well, and I want to respond to that constituent and let them know, of course, some of the piggyback on some of what my colleagues have expressed, that Edgewood is not new to the district, and Edgewood has been working with our district with the realignment plan and has been instrumental in the entire process. And so we've had much success working with her through this process from the beginning to the end. And the CEO of Edgewood Group has led a nationwide initiative to successfully realign and streamline airport systems. So of course, we feel and of course support Superintendent Cole with bringing that contract and that person with us to help our system. So I wanted to respond to my constituent with that. and give that basic understanding and to let them know that I fully support this item. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and I do a motion.
Yes, you may do the motion, and seconded by Mr. Lannis. Let me write this down. Ms. Kissel, we will, please, if she came in late, no traffic's been bad, so we will give you the opportunity to speak.
I would have made it, but the security guy had to go through all my yarn. Thank you. I'm a constituent. That was my email. And I appreciate that information. If in the future we could have that information in the supporting documents, the item after this has a similar sort of request for less money and has much more information about how the money will be divided and spent over the time. We definitely do need to do this. I don't know that one person LLC will do it just based on what I've looked into of her website. I know you guys are saying she's qualified, but she has no online presence. This website looks brand new. All of the images are stock images. All of the text speaks in the royal we as if this is more than one person, and includes a lot of buzzwords that don't mean much. So yeah, it sounds like we're going to approve this and go for it, but I don't think it's the best way to spend our money, or at least have a search or have more information available ahead of time so that I don't have to drive here. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Ms. Kissel. Any other board comments at this moment? Seeing none, Madam Secretary?
Please vote. The motion carries.
Next, we have item D3, Professional Service Contract, ACT Education Corporation. Consideration of request for the approval of professional services contract between the East Baton Rouge Parish School Board and ACT Education Corporation in the amount of $129,913.30 to provide a system of student assessments to measure career skills. Funding source redesign. Is there an intro to this, or? No online comments, no in-person comments. Any comments from the board? Well, I will put myself in the queue. One question I had on this, Superintendent, was last meeting, we had a big discussion around ACT prep and things like that with BRIC organization.
Correct.
And can you just,
I'm sorry. I was just saying, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, could you just briefly for the public discuss how this is different from what that contract is and what BRIC is doing with our students?
Sure, and as Ms. Edwards come, I'll start talking and she'll finish my sentences. We have a group of schools that are considered UIR, urgent intervention needed, and CIR, critical intervention needed, who are in need of support around ACT. And these funds allow for us to provide that support for those schools specifically, and so I'll hand it off to you.
Yeah, absolutely. This funding was applied for during the super app cycle of the previous school year. The funds were allocated to high school around ACT support. So as Superintendent noted, the funding can only be used for our CIR, URR schools. So when you look at the BRIC supports, those are specific to classes that are in the master schedule. This encompasses much more, and it's more about access and training. So this will give access for all of our CIR, URR schools to the ACT platform, beginning at 10th through 12th grade. So it won't be the students that are just limited to those classes. We're going to work with our school leaders with supporting them to support students at all those levels. Pre-ACT for our 10th graders, 11th and 12th graders will have access to the ACT platform, whether they are sitting for the class or not. In addition, we will have the opportunity to have access to the Work Keys platform, which is new. It is through Mastery Prep, but it's the ACT Work Keys, and we'll have professional development for all of our label schools. For one CTE teacher and one lead Work Keys teacher will receive the PD around Work Keys. And then in addition, with because I saw you noted that it was to 30 cents. It was $130,000, so we spent the entire amount minus the 70 cents. The remaining funds are for 21 additional vouchers for all of our label schools to utilize for those students that are just on the cusp and maybe need to retake the test. So it's more about training and access for all students in those label schools, not limited to the students that are just in those classes.
And could you just run through the list of the high schools that are included?
Yes, well, I'll run through the list of the ones that are included in this funding, and I'll note that there are 2 schools that are missing because they don't have the label, but we're going to make sure that they are included and they receive the services as well. But for the sake of the funding, the ones that qualify are Arlington, Bel Air, Broadmoor, EBR Virtual, Glen Oaks High, Estruma, McKinley, Northdale, Tara, and Woodlawn High. Now we're going to ensure that Capital, because Capital only has, because of the cycle and when they've received scores, right now they are UIN, but we know that we're going to make sure they receive this same support as well. And Northeast doesn't have the label. We want to make sure they're included as well.
Great, thank you for that comprehensive review. Mr. Lannis.
Thank you, Vice President Gode. How you doing, Ms. Edwards?
I'm well. How about you?
And listen, again, talk to me like my 5-year-old. Because my understanding of the BRIC contract is that they were also doing some of the same schools. I can recall Glen Oaks High School, Bel Air High School, as well as I think it was Estruma and Scotlandville. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
They're doing the classes that are in the master schedule, which is not all of the students who are on those campuses.
Okay.
So this is going to give access. So whether I had room in my master schedule and to be a part of that class or not, I'm going to have access to the platform and the resources.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm taking work keys, or I was one of those in that second category that Ms. Okonski put up, and we're working on work keys, and I'm going to also have access to the work keys platform to support that as a student. And then if I'm a teacher in those schools, I'm going to get training for 2 teachers around the work keys platform. So this is giving a greater amount of access to all of our students and all of our labels.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, the BRIC contract specifically, it had a limitation to how many students that they can do or serve per school.
Yes.
This right here gives additional access to students who are not inside of the number of students who can be served under the BRIC contract.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the only thing I would ask for is whenever the data comes back on the performance-based data, can we differentiate that data so we can see the difference between how this has helped and what they have done to help?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Board Member Lannis. Any other comments from anyone else? May I have a motion? Motion by Mr., I can't call you all the time. Motion by Mr. Martin. And second by Ms. Powell Lewis. Any other board comments? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, would you please conduct a vote?
Please vote. The motion carries.
Thank you. We will now go to item D4, Professional Services Contract, Public Consulting Group, LLC. Consideration of a request for the approval of professional services contract between the East Baton Rouge Parish School Board and Public Consulting Group, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $150,000 to conduct a district-wide special education review and provide implementation support aligned with state monitoring requirements. I believe we have some online comments. No, okay. Any comments from the audience? Seeing none, any comments from the board? Mr. Lannis?
Thank you, Vice President Gode. Just for the sake of purposes and because they have a dollar amount, could you please specify just for those who are at home, Superintendent Cole, there is not a definite number yet on this particular contract. It just says that the number cannot exceed $150,000.
Correct.
So it could be less than $150,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Rust.
Thank you. I just want to thank Mr. Cole and his staff for bringing this forward. Mr. Cole and I have had a number of conversations around our special education in the district and all the work that we can do to serve our students better. And this outfit has a great reputation doing that work. And I think this is a great place for us to start in our district and understanding the gaps and the needs that our students have. And so I just want to thank you for that, and I support the measure.
Thank you, sir.
Make a motion.
Yes, I move to approve.
And I just want to say something.
Yes. Board President Stewart.
I just want to piggyback on what my colleague Russ just echoed in regards to us addressing the issues and concerns of ESS and trying to facilitate and deal with those internally, in-house. And so I appreciate him bringing this forward so that that is something that we can address, because as board members, we get a lot of concerns, a lot of emails, a lot of calls as it relates to ESS. And so I think this is something that we need. I think this is something that is great. And kudos, Soup.
Thank you.
That's it.
I do what y'all tell me.
Oh, what you're saying? I serve at the pleasure.
I serve at the pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other comments from any other board members? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, would you please conduct a vote?
Please vote.
Ms. Stewart?
I did.
Yeah, we got 8 votes, yes.
Oh, but it's not showing up on mine. Okay. It carries, but it just won't show up on mine.
I kicked the server, so.
Motion carries. Next, we move on to item D5, Louisiana Department of Education stipend. Consideration of request for the approval of the distribution of the LDOE certificated and support staff stipends for the 2025-2026 fiscal year on November 26, 2025. I believe I have no comment cards here, but we do have online comments.
The online comment is from Tria Smith. I am asking the board to reconsider the scheduled November 26 distribution date for teacher LDOE stipends. Neighboring parishes such as Lafayette, Ascension, St. Charles, St. John, and St. James are releasing stipends in September or early October, giving their teachers immediate support. If funds are available by September 5th, it is difficult to understand why EBR teachers must wait nearly 3 additional months. Our educators have already managed district realignment, schedule changes, curriculum shifts, and unpaid summer professional development, all while facing rising living costs. Delaying stipends until late November adds unnecessary strain and lowers morale. Please advance the disbursement to September or the earliest October payroll. Doing so would demonstrate meaningful support for teachers and keep EBR competitive with surrounding districts. And that's it.
Thank you.
Can I make a point of privilege?
Yes, wait, Ms. Board Member Powell Lewis.
Thank you. Just for clarification, Mr. Cole, could you share with us?
Sure. Come on, Kelly.
You already know me.
Hi,
Go
Ms.
ahead,
Lopez.
Can it be done early?
Yeah.
That was our first.
What has caused, of course, the timeline to be as it is, and is it possible for us to move up? the timeline for the stipend?
Absolutely. It's at the pleasure of the board. We have always given the stipends out right before Thanksgiving so that they would have them for Christmas shopping, and they always seem to like it. That kind of like, that little bonus right before you go in the holidays. But if they would like it in October and the board approves it, not a problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay on the front row for the next one as well.
Mr. Baloo? Mr. Baloo passes. Mr. Martin?
Thank you. We often are faced with a circumstance where we've got some very passionate educators come up and say, oh, I want it this way, and other very passionate, dedicated educators say, I want it that way. I'm certain we can't just let everybody pick and choose which they want. Do we have any mechanism where we can a little bit more formally kind of figure out what the majority of our educators would prefer when it comes to these? This is not the first time we've dealt with this issue since I've gotten on the board.
We'll conduct a survey starting on Monday. We'll get that information back, and based on what the survey tells us, staff will work to get those stipends out based on the consensus of the survey.
Then that being the case, I would suggest that I'm going to make a motion to refer this to the full board without recommendation.
I second that motion.
What I would ask is that you make a recommendation to release the stipend as quickly as possible. And if we can do it that way, then that allows us it won't delay it.
Then I would move to release the stipend at the superintendent's discretion.
Thank you.
And I will still second that motion.
Thank you.
So we have a motion and a second. And just for clarity, this still needs to be approved at the regular meeting.
Correct.
In 2 weeks before it can become effective. So
Correct.
I just want everyone to understand that timeline.
They don't get
I
a
don't
check
get the money
next
tomorrow.
week. No check next week.
Okay, thank you. Any other board comments? Seeing none,
Mr. Russ.
oh,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Russ.
Sorry, I forgot to get in the queue. I want to thank our state government for providing this to our educators, but further challenge them to consider in the future permanent pay raises to our teachers
There it
funded
is.
through
There it
our
is.
state legislature. Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you, Mr. Rust. Madam Secretary, are you? Technical issue.
We can do a roll call.
No, I think it's an issue with the motion.
Yeah, well, the issue is that Mr. Martin changed the item slightly by giving the superintendent the authority to, the flexibility to act. We're having trouble making the change in the system. There's a system limitation.
It's kicking me out every time I.
So we may have to just note it and make sure it's noted properly in the minutes of the meeting afterwards. It may show up differently on the screen.
Do we need to have a roll call vote instead? Would that be simpler?
We'll do a roll call vote.
Make change, and then I can go back and change it up. So the motion is at his.
The motion is to release the funds at the superintendent's discretion after our regular meeting.
District 1, Mr. Blue.
Yes.
District 2, Mr. Lannis.
Yay.
District 3, Ms. Powell Lewis.
Yes.
District 4, President Stewart.
Yes.
District 6, Mr. Russ.
Yay.
District 7, Vice President Gode.
Yes.
District 8, Ms. Sule.
Yes.
District 9, Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
So to that end, for those of you watching at home and all of our staff who are eligible for the stipend, please look for the survey on Monday and please fill it out so that we can make those decisions quickly and then notify staff as quickly as possible. And we're going to do the same thing. If the board approves the next item, we'll do the exact same thing as well.
Thank you. With that, moving on to item D6, East Baton Rouge Parish School System Stipend. Consideration of request for the approval of the distribution of the district certified and support staff stipends for the 2025-2026 fiscal year on December 23rd, 2025. I believe we do have online comments.
This comment is from Jasmine Black. Thank you for the decision to provide teachers with a stipend this year. We truly appreciate the gesture. However, it does not seem fair to delay the distribution until December. Teachers across our district have been working tirelessly since the first day of school, planning lessons, supporting students academically and emotionally, and stepping up to meet every challenge. Meanwhile, many other districts in Louisiana have already scheduled their stipend payments for September or October, ensuring their staff receives timely support. Our teachers should not have to wait until Christmas to receive this relief after all the dedication and effort they have already. Please disperse stipends sooner. That's it.
Thank you. Board Member Lannis.
I move to allow the Superintendent Lamont Cole to release stipends at his discretion following the approval of the regular meeting.
I second that motion.
So the motion on the floor is by Mr. Lannis and Ms. Powell Lewis. Mr. Ballou.
Thank you. I know this funding is coming from the sales tax. And I know that Part 3 covers salaries, supplements. Is there anything else it covers? I'm trying to remember.
Literally what it does is
okay.
salaries.
So that's all we can spend it on.
Yes, sir.
And the reason we have a surplus is, I think, primarily because of an increase in sales taxes. I think because of a higher rate of inflation than
Correct.
expected when we first passed it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going nowhere, Kelly.
Thank you. Board Member Powell Lewis.
Yes, I know I just seconded Mr. Lannis's motion, but I do want to ask the same question. Is there any reason why this particular stipend would need to wait until December?
No.
All right, thank you. Teachers, of course, you know I am never going to stop you from getting $1 in your pocket as quick as you can.
Thank you. Seeing any other comments from the board members? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, would you please conduct the vote?
We'll have to do a roll call vote for this one as well.
Okay.
District 1, Mr. Blue.
Yes.
District 2, Mr. Lannis.
Yay.
District 3, Ms. Powell Lewis.
Yes.
District 4, President Stewart.
Yes.
District 6, Mr. Russ.
Yay.
District 7, Vice President Gode.
Yes.
District 8, Ms. Sule.
Yes.
District 9, Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
I want to thank the board and I want to say to the teachers, we heard you and we're going to work to provide you the support sooner rather than later, as well as to all of our support staff. We heard you. We're going to work on it and we'll get it to you in a timely manner after the regular board meeting.
Thank you. Now we move on to item D7, differentiated stipend. Consideration of a request for the approval of the distribution of the differentiated stipend. I don't believe you have any online comments. Superintendent Cole, could you please describe very quickly what this item is?
Kelly? I can do it, but.
Superintendent Cole, could you please designate someone to describe it?
Yes, sir.
So each year, the last couple of years, the Louisiana Department of Education has provided us with money for a differentiated stipend, which is meant for retention and recruitment of teachers. And what it is, it gives specific categories in which we can use the money for. First of all, it's only teachers or teacher leaders. They can be highly effective teachers. They can be in hard to staff areas, which is our 6 through 12 math, 6 through 12 science, and K through 12 SPED. Or they can be working in an economically disadvantaged school, which means 85% economically disadvantaged or more. So by using the stipend and working with our academics and curriculum department, we thought it would be an excellent opportunity to increase our literacy and numeracy for all of our teachers in the district by providing professional development opportunities. And what they would do is once they fulfilled the obligation of the professional development opportunities, they would receive the stipend. And they would go on for a period of time. You would have like one a month. Curriculum will come up with the exact schedule. And so this will probably get paid out somewhere in March and April once they complete all the professional developments. So the ones that are actually, that would be $1,500 for attending the professional developments. The groups that are eligible are our high school Algebra 1 and geometry teachers, because again, any math teacher, regardless of the school, is eligible for this, and this would allow us to increase our numeracy, as well as a $500 stipend if you increase their EOC. So our goal is 45% mastery advanced in English, 35% mastery advanced in math. High school English 1 and 2 teachers at economically disadvantaged schools. Remember, the rules state math is a hard to staff, but English is not. However, if you were an economically disadvantaged teacher at economically disadvantaged school, it does not matter what you teach. So again, with our numeracy and literacy, English 1, English 2 teachers at those schools. Middle school math teachers, middle school English teachers at economically disadvantaged schools. Third grade English and reader teachers at economically disadvantaged schools. Our third grade and fifth grade SPED teachers, third grade and fifth grade ELL teachers at economically disadvantaged schools, all K through 2 teachers at Melrose and Marydale's foundational learning centers, and 1 teacher leader from every school location. And so we're hoping to increase our teachers' knowledge of teaching the curriculum to our students. And by bringing the teacher leaders in, it will advance their knowledge of how to help the teachers with the curriculum and teaching to the students.
Good job, Ms. Kelly.
Thank you.
I do my best.
Thank you. I don't believe we have any online comments. No comment cards here. Any comments from the board? Board Member Powell Lewis.
Thank you. Okay, so I heard you mention $1,500, and tell me, so with the professional development, is that for participating in a set of, or a scheduled or calendar amount of PDs?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it was, and Ms. Edwards will have to correct me, I believe it's
She's coming.
5.
She's coming.
Good. I think it's 3 for our SPED and ELL, and maybe 5. It's for sure 5 for the rest of them.
Okay. Hi, Ms. Edwards.
She did such an excellent job talking about this. We were so excited to be able to do this. It's for a series. So we're looking at a series of 5 professional development opportunities across all of these various categories, with a caveat that when teachers sign up, they will have to attend like 90% of the training in order to be eligible for the stipend. And it's all around retention, because there's a lot of research to say that people stay with companies when they're professionally developed. So we're able to professionally develop our teachers and offer them a stipend in order for them to receive that.
Well, I will tell you, that's what kept me. So my next question is, I know that Ms. Lopez mentioned that the teacher leaders would participate as well. Is it required for them, or is it optional for them, as it would be optional for some of the other teachers in our district?
It's optional in order to do it after school. Now, we have some teacher leader professional development that's required.
Okay.
That's not stipend, because it's during the day PD that they will be released from their schools to attend. This is in addition to the professional development that we're already going to offer.
Okay. And in total, they can get up to $2,000 per school year for this?
$1,500 for most of them, but for our EOC tested subjects, because we have to spend this by June 30th, so we won't have LEAP data back,
Okay.
but we'll have DIBELS, and we'll have Algebra 1 and Geometry, and we'll have English 1 and English 2. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other?
Move to approve.
We have a motion by Ms. Powell Lewis, a second by Mr. Martin. Any additional comments from the board?
No online.
Seeing none, Madam Secretary, do we still do a roll call?
She back
We corrected the user error. Thank you.
Please vote.
Is that 80 came up? Is that all of them? It's just taking time.
You did vote?
Yeah, it says motion carried.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We now move to item D8, litigation. Consideration of request for the approval of the recommendation from Gwen Shamlin, General Counsel, East Baton Rouge Parish School Board, in the matter of Rhonda Searcy versus East Baton Rouge Parish School Board, Berkeley Insurance Company, and Sandra Honore. Suit number, I believe that's supposed to be suit number 669329, Division D, 19th JDC, East Baton Rouge Parish, and related matters. There are no online comments or any board comments. Mr. Martin.
Yeah, I've asked Counsel Shamlin to provide a little clarifying information in the memo. I don't think I'm going to have any opposition to this, but I would like to have that before we vote on it. So I'm going to make a motion to refer this without recommendation to the full board.
Second. Second by Mr. Lannis. Any other comments from any other board members? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, would you please conduct the vote?
Need to do a roll call.
Roll call.
It won't let me change the emotions.
Come on.
District 1, Mr. Blue.
Yes.
District 2, Mr. Lannis.
Yay.
District 3, Ms. Powell Lewis.
Yes.
District 4, President Stewart.
Yes.
District 6, Mr. Russ.
Yay.
District 7, Vice President Gode.
Yes.
District 8, Ms. Sule.
Yes.
District 9, Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And I note that it is 6:01. We barely missed 6 o'clock.
Go ahead, Mike.
And I want to encourage those of you at home to head on over to Glen Oaks High School for the middle school football jamboree happening right now.
My bag ready.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
I'm going to head out now.
Item E, next meeting dates. Regular meeting will be held on September 18th, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Central Office Boardroom. Committee of the Whole meeting will be held on October 2nd, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Central Office Boardroom. And the Oversight Committee meeting will be held on October 6th, 2025 at 5 p.m. in Conference Room A, Central Office. Some or all board members may attend. Did you want?
Oh, I had two things
Oh, I
I
got
wanted to
something to say,
mention.
so go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, I'm gonna go last.
Oh, okay. Sunshine Day for EBR school system is next Wednesday. And so Superintendent Cole has encouraged all the staff and students to wear yellow next Wednesday. So if you're listening, schools, we love to do that with you. Board, I encourage you next Wednesday to wear yellow. Also, the mayor has joined in and has who all, Superintendent Cole?
He's asked all city employees, as well as BRPD, the fire department, and EMS workers are all going to wear yellow ribbons in honor of Suicide Prevention Day, and all of our staff will wear yellow. And, you know, just because I feel good, I'm going to say to staff at central office, you can wear jeans on Wednesday with your yellow. So
All
you
right.
can wear jeans on Wednesday.
Yes, so Sunshine Day, put on by iCare, is just a way to let people know, especially our students, that you are loved and cared for and your life is important, and suicide prevention. And then also, as Superintendent Cole at our last meeting brought up, we have a new fundraiser through the foundation called Band Together for our 11 high school marching bands. If you have happened to see the news or the radio this week, we are helping all 11 of our marching bands to get new uniforms. And we're going to start with Glen Oaks and Liberty. Amanda Martin, as soon as she heard Superintendent Cole make the announcement last week, she is the founder of Studyville. She donated $25,000 before the end of our last board meeting to kick off the fundraiser. And so I hear that board member Patrick Martin and Nathan Russ are doing the same thing. So
I love
just kidding, just kidding. But we would love for all of our board members to help too, to get on board with this, as far as asking the people in your area to get on board and help our schools.
Thank you very much. Board President Stewart.
Yes, I want to publicly thank Mr. Casey Gilbert, the Chief Physical Plant Operations Director, along with his managerial staff, which is Mr. Snake Schneider and Miss Peggy on the tremendous job that they've done this week at Bel Air High School. I do appreciate that, especially because they have open house tonight. So I'll be going there shortly. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Gilbert.
Mr. Rust.
Yes, I just want to wish Board Member Sule a happy 21st birthday. Happy birthday, Ms.
Oh,
Sule.
happy birthday. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you'll all believe I'm 21. Thank you.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah, motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.